Welcome everyone to What's Left podcast. John here with Jake and Brad. We are the punk rock garage band podcast, adding our voice resistance as loudly as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. Please, before we get started, like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, guys. Let's start with the World Edition. What's left of the world? Let's go to Israel, where the Knesset, which is Israel's Congress. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I am sure that I don't give a fuck. They held some votes. They're the first votes on these things, but some pretty controversial votes. Uh, One of them allowed for uh, Palestinians to be detained for social media posts without any criminal charges. So, an expansion of their surveillance state. 1,400 Palestinians were detained during the genocide for exactly that. Um, Guys, impressive. How I guess when is this like it's like I guess the United States does set the tone for democracies around the world, but like they're always talking about, the importance of Israel as like the bright beacon of democracy in the Middle East where free speech is suppressed and, people are jailed for the things that they say. And it just seems kind of odd that like this is like a high priority of the Knesset this week.
It's just like solidifies the fact that this is all just a farce. That like nothing that they say about Israel that they present to us is real life. What is real life is they're committing a genocide. What is real life is they're stopping free speech. What is real life is that they're murdering fucking kids. Those are all real things, and they're actively voting to make sure that they can continue to do that within the realm of Israel's legality.
Yeah, absolutely. They also voted to that they could suppress and expel foreign media without cause. So, just which they already haven't done. Did you know? I don't know how well it's been reported, but still, Western reporters have not been allowed into Gaza to assess the damage from the ground, which is just tells you how bad the fucking damage is. Uh, the violence in the West Bank has built up as Israel rearms their military for likely another attack on unarmed civilians. Uh, Another feature of their uh, meeting this today was they went to install the death penalty for Palestinians who are in custody who kill Israelis. It's a really broad-based terrorism law, kind of like ours here in the United States. Um, and Ben Gvir is one of the most evil people on the planet. You've probably heard some of his quotes, talking about uh, the genocide. He's one of the man, like it's crazy on its face, regardless, but like he's extra crazy. And after one of the votes, he was caught passing around these sweets, like it was fucking candy. Or I guess it was candy, but he's like passing around like treats like it was like it was a celebration. But this is the terrorist death penalty bill. And there he is walking around. You can see with the like a box of like I don't know donuts or Benoits or something, like celebrating the fucking depravity. And that's
I watched a movie once. It's called The Little Death, and this man who was a sex offender went to every house and brought these nostalgic cookies around to distract the people from what he was saying.
hmm, wow.
It's just gonna
Just gonna leave for no reason at all. That just kind of came to mind right then and there. Interesting. Yeah. I feel like there might be some loose connection to those two
I mean, that's
thoughts.
crazy that that's what's happening. He's like, "Oh, you voted to continue genocide? You get a cookie. Oh,
right.
You
no
get a
cookie
cookie?
for you, dude." Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely insane.
My question is, so with the opposition, is there opposition in like the parliament or like the government of Israel?
Not
Like the
really.
same way that we have like opposition to the fascist regime, do they have opposition to the genocide regime?
Not really. In fact, uh American in America, uh there is opposition among Jewish people to the genocide, largely. In Israel, it's they're pretty much down with what they're doing. Like it's a pretty high consensus. Like Netanyahu may be replaced, but he will be replaced with somebody else who will continue the genocide. Like there's no. So that's why like when you hear these like it's very disingenuous if you catch a politician who insists on saying just Netanyahu instead of saying the government of Israel. Like that's a red flag. It's a big red flag. Because the truth of the matter is like this is well supported. I think it's like a 70-30 issue uh to continue these things. Yeah, and so uh it's a firm belief that Chuck Schumer shares with them that the Torah tells them that that land belongs to them. And I'm not joking. The man is on camera saying it. That's his whole thing. He believes this shit. It's just a wild reason to murder people is to say that the Bible told me so. But it wouldn't be the first time, would it?
Or the last, my friend, or the last.
Man, what going on 5,000 years for the Old Testament and still like one of the greatest perpetrators of violence, still undefeated in the world of starting and fucking perpetrating genocides, just league leader.
In the name of Jesus.
They did love a genocide.
Yeah, it's full of slavery and genocide and just all the worst things. But like we would really like to concentrate on those small, convenient quotes from Leviticus or from
Leviticus.
from
If
Saint.
they're quoting Leviticus, that you know that they're in the wrong. If they
You
use
already lost.
Leviticus, they've read no other part of the Bible and they just want to make people mad.
Yep,
They haven't even read
100%.
that part of the Bible. They just saw memes on Facebook and started reciting it.
Foreign policy is generated by people who really have only read memes of the Bible. It is. It just is. There is violence in Nigeria. As many as 200 terrorists is the wording that the Guardian uses. I'm not sure about any of this, but they were killed in a turf war between rival jihadists in East Nigeria. So not Christians, not Christians. This is the Boko Haram group that has existed in Nigeria for a long time. And this is often what they do. They fight with other Islamic groups. And so this is the reality of what happens in Nigeria. There is no, they attacked nobody specifically because they were Christian. And again, like I had said previously, like the only Nigerian violence against Christians is like among different landowners fighting for survival in certain parts of Nigeria. So over 200 people killed in this fight in Nigeria. Um, so there is reason like Africa needs help. USAID was doing that. And now Trump has replaced that by trying to pay these countries to accept non-citizen deportees, like Equatorial Guinea. He has offered $7.5 million dollars. Equatorial Guinea is one of the most corrupt governments in Africa. Um, but yeah, it's not the only one. Obviously, South Sudan has accepted uh, non-citizen deportees from the United States and several other nations as well. Um, Not to mention Elon Musk and Donald Trump are responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people across the continent, just through the cuts to just the AIDS programs, not even accounting for the cuts to food programs and other healthcare programs. It's literally, I mean, you got genocide numbers there too, and that is not an exaggeration. It's in the hundreds of thousands of people that we know of, and just getting started. Um,
mind you, mind you, national debt increasing faster than any time in history, and we're cutting those programs. So we're still
right.
paying taxes, but now we're not saving lives with it anymore. We're not feeding kids with it anymore. The only thing I can think of that we're doing is we're just kicking it back to billionaires. I don't know if I'm wrong. Someone please tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels like we're just giving it to billionaires.
Jake, do you have the tax graphic? Well, you know what? Stay tuned because we're going to talk about this extensively in the What's Left of the U.S. We're going to talk a little
Okay.
bit. We're going to talk about the economy, but it is that all things are related. So I'm glad that you brought it up. And that's a good. I believe they call that a tease in the business. It's called a tease. All right. Anyway, let's go to COP30 conference happening in Brazil. The climate conference. 10 billion tons with two N's and an E must be removed, must be captured from the atmosphere to limit to 1.7 degrees Celsius, which is one still zero point 0.2 degrees Celsius higher than the 1.5 degree target, which is likely to be overshot within the next 5 to 10 years. That is disastrous. Uh, for those of you who do not follow climate change closely, um, this is a big deal. The 1.5 is not an arbitrary number. It is necessary for preservation of several different ecosystems on our planet. Uh, and it will have a massive impact within 5 to 10 years. Um, Gavin Newsom went, Trump did not. Gavin Newsom trying to be presidential, but I think I'm going to set aside my hatred on this one for a moment to be glad that there was some American representation in Brazil because Trump is going to die eventually. He will not be here forever, and we will get past this nightmare. So that's good. But as usual, we're being outpaced by China. China, their CO2 emissions are flat or falling for the past 18 months. So you know how MAGA just loves to be like every person who climate change, and I don't even say MAGA because even MAGA's probably 50-50 on climate change. So people who deny climate change, one of the first things they like to say is, well, United States, what about China? They're the world's biggest polluter. What about China? China doesn't do anything. What about China? Well, China's doing their thing. And it's not for good reasons. It's for fucking economic reasons. So I mean, at least the emissions are going down, but they're also curb stomping the United States economically, and they are far more prepared for this fucking AI technology because they've overproduced electricity. 330 uh, gigawatts produced by solar last year, 240 more gigawatts produced by solar this year. They're just ripping it up. Does that make you does it make you angry, sad? Like how does it make you feel to know that the United States is being outdone by China, not just on the environmental scale, but also like there was an opportunity for all this money and new jobs too that were just also thrown away.
I especially hate it because our government solution to what is happening with China outpacing us is to cut funding to education, is to cut funding to research. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like that's what we're doing. So we're not even like I don't understand how China could be leaping ahead of us, and our answer is to make the kids dumber or spend less money expanding research. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I understand that AI is going to ultimately take over the world and it'll take over jobs and it's you know what I mean like it's going to automate jobs is essentially what it's going to do. But I just don't understand how when countries are outpacing us, our answer is to invest less in our people. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Jake, how's it make you feel to see China take the ball and run with it for nefarious reasons?
Is it not surprised?
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the one word answer for
is
not
that the
surprised is.
word that we're looking for? Not surprised that
Yeah.
other countries can see a problem, and then if they are using for the wrong, like obviously it's fine, it's their choice, but at least they're doing certain things that are beneficial to the environment in some ways.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
their emissions are down. That's what they're supposed to do.
It just goes to for me, it just goes to show like there's literally no excuse.
Right, right.
There's none. There is none. Like
Like
it's
for them to get that much solar power is that's astounding. And we could be doing the exact same thing.
for sure.
The exact same thing.
For sure. Elon Musk has a brilliant idea for another one outside of that thing that captures carbon dioxide and pushes oxygen back out into the atmosphere. That thing, that inescapable fucking something that he can't seem to fucking invent. The tree, people, it's the tree. Uh but Jake, do you have the picture of Elon, the meme? So this is his next brilliant plan. which I suspect is probably because he's already kind of doing it on accident. Elon Musk proposes an AI satellite shield to cool the sun by dimming the sunlight.
What?
He's Fans of The Simpsons will recall that Mr. Burns has already done this once. Um, and in case you don't know, I brought the video to show you. Um, so here is Mr. Burns pitching to Elon Musk, apparently. Oh,
The sun. Since the beginning of time, man has yearned to destroy the sun. I will do the next best thing. Block it out.
Good God.
Imagine it, Smithers. Electrical lights and heaters running all day long.
But, sir, every plant and tree will die. Owls will deafen us with incessant hooting. The town sundial will be useless. I don't want any part of this project. It's unconscionably fiendish.
I will not suffer your insubordination. There has been a shocking decline in the quality and quantity of your toadying, Whalen, and you will fall into line. Now!
No.
even way the Smithers could go along with it. But I mean, like when you when you've
He's just
gotten
a mad scientist.
you've got to the point where you have reached literal cartoon villain levels of ideas, and you are about to become a fucking trillionaire. Where is the fucking revolution at, bro? And I do not mean Prince's band. I'm talking like, where's the revolution?
People don't even see it. They're just like, well, he earned it.
He earned it. He earned it.
He earned it.
Jake, that seems to have upset you. Did Elon Musk not earn his $1 trillion?
I just don't. I'm still confused on how the blocking of the sun would benefit anyone in any certain way.
It
Like
would.
what is the technology like that you would block the sun and it would do what for us?
It would cool the planet, Jake.
Well, that's not the point of the
Yeah, so
sun.
instead of just releasing emission or just like negating your emissions, we're just going to block out the sun, actually.
Yeah,
It seems
just
easier.
it reminds me of like how many times like they're like, we're gonna send this beetle into this part of the country, eat this invasive species, and that beetle becomes the invasive species. So then they send a bird, and the bird becomes invasive, and then they send a snake, the snake becomes invasive. Like that's the same level of fucking stupidity.
Right. Block out the sun, all the trees die, emissions go through the roof. We're what? Dystopian now? Like what?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Water world?
They
They're-
sell us air. They're selling us air.
the crazy part about it
It's
is
really happening.
I think it's just cover. I think because he's literally doing it anyway. Like they're shooting so many fucking satellites into the air, they're already blocking out parts of the sun. Space junk is actually building up in the stratosphere, and these satellites that supposedly break up don't really break up or fall to the earth or burn up. It's just a bunch of shit just floating around. We just literally cannot keep anything nice. We got to the
Like
stratosphere
rain metal one day.
and immediately started littering it. Even Mars, dude. What have we done on Mars? We have thrown tin cans all over it. We have fired so many fucking rovers at that thing, and like two of them stuck, but it's just now covered in fucking in litter. We littered it. It's all we know how to do.
Can you hire a highway cleanup patrol for Mars?
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, they'll be sending another rover for that. Hopefully, they'll bury this one. All right. Other things that China is doing is threatening Taiwan in a big way. And Japan's new right-wing prime minister says if they do it, it's going to activate their defense. And we have a sort of allyship with Japan, which would make things a little awkward for everybody if this went down. So the new Japanese stance is a bit more aggressive. So if China does go after Taiwan, which they probably will, since that's probably what they got out of this deal with Trump, which also turned out to be a lie. I know, hard to believe, But we actually don't have rights to the rare earth minerals. It is highly heavily restricted, especially in the areas of military and technology, which is where you use them in general. So I guess if you want to like throw them at each other, you can have some rare earth minerals, but China's heavily restricting the use of what we can import them for. So he essentially got nothing. He he chose to remove some of his own tariffs, is what the deal with China was. So yeah, I mean, I would just we are getting fucking lampooned by one of the worst fucking countries on the planet, a country that just removed their gay dating apps from the Apple Store and their Hive store. Like they're not it's not a good place for these people to be living. It's not a place that we should be losing to. We shouldn't be less moral than China, and yet we're fucking managing it. We're fucking managing it. That's crazy.
We shouldn't be less moral than anybody. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world.
Oh, Brad.
No, I know the reality of things. I'm just saying we're not supposed to be. Like
Yeah. No,
that's what a
that's
great America looks like is
yeah, we're supposed to be learning from our mistakes, getting better, but
right.
instead we're sending the Gerald Ford to South America, our biggest warship, and it has arrived, by the way. So that's fun. What were you gonna say, Jake?
Have we ever been the greatest in anything?
We're good at like
Education? No.
accumulating debt.
At one point we were the greatest
Yeah.
in education and manufacturing. At one point we were
World War II manufacturing, weapons manufacturing, it's always kind of been a thing for us. We're
we're
pretty
like
good
the
at that.
tops. We're the tops of it. If you
Yeah.
want war, if it is war you want, we can deliver.
We can deliver.
We can deliver war.
We can deliver war. I guess that's about it. You know, probably one of the fastest genocides we've ever, like of the Native American people. Like that was quick. Set some
Gotta be
world
top
records
five.
there. Gotta be top five. Jesus Christ. No, nothing good, Jake. So no, we've never really been the greatest at anything. Uh they did kick off like one of the single greatest concepts of a way to break up power, to keep it out of the means of one person. But we managed to fuck that off too. So I don't really know. I don't really know what we've done correct. I'll be honest anymore. It's hard to look at this country and be like, oh, this is good. This is so good.
We
Before we
have
were,
unlimited potential, and we're just like, no thanks. We want war, actually.
yep, yep,
No thanks. I'll take war.
yeah. You know, it's bad when the UK is like, we're not going to share our intelligence with you anymore because you're bombing those boats and all over the planet. Like, UK's like they'll skip and whistle with us the whole time. Like they've been
Hand in
imperial.
hand.
They taught us how to be imperialist. Like we learned from watching you, Dad. Uh, but god damn, they're like, oh, that's too much for me. They're feeding their weapons to the fucking Sudan through the UAE. They're more than happy to funnel weapons into the genocide in Gaza. Uh, but this was the bridge. This was the bridge too far. Who knew? All right, I feel like it's worth mentioning also that the wars that Donald Trump has claimed to have solved are not. Specifically, the Congo is still very much not a solved issue. Lots of violence still going on there. And also in Thailand and Cambodia, that ceasefire is pretty much dead on arrival as Thailand. Well, I don't want to blame the wrong one because I didn't write it down, but one of the sides was caught sneaking weapons toward the border of the other country. So it's not a ceasefire either.
Yeah, and also Israel and Palestine, just in case anyone thought.
Oh yeah, in case anybody was confused and thought that was over, it never even stopped. It's literally like it's they maybe took a break because they needed to breathe and rearm.
Yeah, like to fuel up and get coffee.
Right, exactly. They're literally just taking a victory lap. Fucking unbelievable. All right, that's it for the world, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Stick around. Check us out. Check out our next video. What's left of the US? What's left of us? Get on derealizationnation.com and get yourself a t-shirt. We love you guys. We really appreciate you making this thing a reality and driving us out into the algorithm. Until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
The government of Israel is a terrorist state.